Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game. As he'll lose yardage to start things out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check.
From the gun, Jones. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Steelers' 10-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Jones on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
First down, Pittsburgh.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Throwing it in here on 2nd down, this time complete. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. They're quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away, and the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
This is fielded at the 27. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
37-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Off play action. Jones. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him down. That was a nice game. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
First down, Steelers.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ravens 14, Steelers 7.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and
now a carry for Jacobs. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Terrell Edmonds.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. On second down, here's Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
On the carry.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. From the gun, Jones. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A collegiate star in nearby Maryland. This is Anthony McFarland. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly gave it an attempt. They had a diminutive receiver like this running through the land of giants in the middle of the field, but they couldn't find enough room to get him the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 23. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
1st down.
First carry for James Conner. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Ravens' 13-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by James Bradbury.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play.
The ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And they'll run the option to start the drive. They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's second down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. From the gun, a give to Conner. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. He uncorks it for Snead. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before break. Jones. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there, a 22.
A gain of 22.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now here's a throw that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
At the Ravens' 39-yard line.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Flushed out right. He'll run it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
On the carry.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Matt Judon drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Barkley. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again, Jones. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 25. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 47-yard line.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. And now this throw complete to Washington. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Back to throw again. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jones. He uncorks it for Snead. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. picked off at the 16. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Marcus Peters.
It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
First down.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ravens 21.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 40-yard line.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Looking to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Jones now on 1st and 10. Brought in left side by Snead. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
That's another Baltimore first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Complete to
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Jones on 3rd down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
They'll take over.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. first down. It's Connor, and down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Connor down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to...
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. Well, I guess at the very least they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, no surprise there that he got the ball. When you've got 2 touchdowns already, you're probably demanding it in your own huddle. And you can bet this defense, though, is going to be keyed in on him at this point. And they did a nice job stopping him behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs. And sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Pittsburgh, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.